starting your Wednesday with us. I'm Brendan here with Heather. It's kind of nice when we can see all the way across almost Little Traverse Bay there.
Yeah.
Visibility's looking good, huh?
Yeah, visibility looking good in a lot of spots this morning, but we are still seeing some lingering lake effect snow, and that will be our weather story today, is some lake effect snow, especially if you're close to the shoreline of Lake Michigan. You can see the live look though in Petoskey. Quiet, cold start, 11 degrees under a light northerly wind of 3 miles per hour under cloudy skies. Here's a look at our wind chills. If you are heading out the door, bundle up. It feels like 5 below 0 on Mackinac Island. 3 above in Newberry and Sault Ste. Marie, 2 above in Rogers City, 2 above there in Grayling, 1 degree in Cadillac this morning. Here's a look at radar and satellite. As I mentioned, some localized lake effect snow is falling in northern Michigan, so southern Charlevoix County into Antrim, so through Central Lake and Mansalona. Portions of Otsego, some lighter flurries into northern Crawford, northern Kalkaska, Grand Traverse, and Leelanau, some of which not even being picked up on radar and satellite. The kids are getting ready for the bus stop this morning. They'll need the winter coat. We'll see lake effect. Cold temperatures again, -2 to 15. We'll see around 9 to 19 degrees this afternoon with some lake effect still around. We are tracking lake effect, but finally warmer temperatures in the forecast. We'll show you what that looks like coming up in a few minutes.
A decades-old mystery that's haunted Traverse City for nearly 36 years may finally be resolved. A 63-year-old Leelanau County man has been arrested for open murder. It's related to the 1989 disappearance and murder of Linda Mateer. Uplift Live's Maya Engel reports on the announcement last night from the Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office.
In the late afternoon of Thursday, April 27, 1989, the body of an unidentified female homicide victim was discovered in Hoosier Valley.
That victim was identified as 41-year-old Linda Mateer, a sister, daughter, and mother of 5.
Almost everybody was drawn to my mom. She had an outgoing personality.
Last April, we talked with Linda's daughter, Lisa. She was 17 when her mom was murdered.
I love her and I miss her.
In 1989, a task force was formed to investigate Linda's murder.
The task force worked for many years attempting to identify and criminally charge a suspect, but were unsuccessful.
However, investigators never gave up.
The Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office has continued throughout the years to investigate this unsolved murder.
We're looking at all the evidence that was collected, what was done with that, what can be done with it. We're looking at witness statements from back then, seeing if there's anything that we can improve upon during that statement or clarify during that interview with those people.
Determined to let Linda's family know she was never forgotten.
Still like it happened yesterday. I think just because it's been unsolved and the what ifs, always the what ifs that keep it right there at the surface.
Now, almost 36 years later, some of those what-ifs have finally been answered.
The Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office arrested a 63-year-old Leelanau County man for open murder related to the 1989 death of Linda Mateer.
In Grand Traverse County, Maya Engel, Up North 5 News.
The Sheriff's Office did not release any additional information. The suspect is expected to be arraigned today. We'll bring you any new information here on air and also online. This morning, we're passing along a scam alert from the Lewis County Sheriff's Office. It's in regards to eBay accounts. The Sheriff's Office says scammers are calling people claiming to be with eBay. The caller says there's an issue with your eBay account. They say they need to verify your information and will already have your name and address. Deputies say never confirm your information or state your login or password over the phone. If scammers get your information, they can use your account for purchases and access your credit card information. If you get one of these calls, hang up and block the number. The Sheriff's Office warns these callers will be persistent. The latest fake number scammers have been calling from is on your screen now. We're continuing our coverage on a debate over land use in Benzie County. Last night, several people spoke out against a cell tower during a Frankfort City Council meeting. Now, the tower is currently under construction in Crystal Lake Township. Uplift Live's Cody Bear shares why some people have concerns.
Tuesday's Frankfort City Council meeting began with a statement from the mayor.
There's a lot of people here about the tower in Bellows Park. I want to let you know that we are aware attorneys have been contacted. Therefore, we will not be answering any questions.
But that didn't stop a frustrated community from giving their input.
You're not answering questions, but I'm going to ask them anyway. You don't have to answer, but I want them on the record.
Residents are worried about the 195-foot cell tower being built in Crystal Lake Township on property owned by the city of Frankfort. According to city officials, Frankfort will receive $1,000 a month from American Tower to lease the land in Bellows Park.
We have no business locating the cell tower adjacent to a family beach, boat launch, and residential area.
The community's concerns range from health factors,
Over 11,000 pages of scientific studies showing that even when cell towers are emitting below the required limits set for microradiation, there was demonstrated harmful effects.
to how the tower may affect the value of their land.
It would be a monstrous intrusion in our view. Likely a tower built in that location will reduce the value of our home.
Many residents say they felt blindsided by the construction of the cell tower.
Had there been an announced public hearing about the matter, I'm sure we would have heard about it. Had we known about a public hearing, you can be sure we would have been there and voiced our opposition.
The mayor says questions will be sent on to the city's attorneys. As the community waits for answers, they say they won't be going away.
This isn't the last you'll hear from the citizens of this community.
In Benzie County, Cody Bear, Up North Live News.
Traverse City plans to issue up to $42 million in sewer system revenue bonds. It's for upcoming sewer projects. The City Commission voted to adopt a notice of intent resolution to issue the bonds during last night's meeting. Commissioners previously approved issuing up to $30 million in bonds, but higher than expected construction costs plus engineering and contingency fees now put the total estimated price tag at more than $41 million. The project will cover major improvements to the wastewater treatment plant headworks and UV systems. Construction is planned over the next several years. This morning, we have an update on the two-way street conversion project in downtown Traverse City. Commissioners approved the recommendation from the DDA to extend the pilot project for 2 additional years. In November 2022, portions of State Street, Pine Street, and Bourbon Avenue were converted to two-way traffic. The goal was to enhance downtown accessibility and mobility. The DDA says the extension project will include updates such as signal modifications at intersections and mid-block crosswalks. The extension will also allow the design team to study and evaluate the potential conversion of two-way traffic on Front Street. Also at that meeting, commissioners voted to move forward with plans presented by the Traverse City Housing Commission. It's for a new workforce housing project. The Housing Commission says the City View Apartments would provide 40 to 50 affordable workforce housing units. It would be on East 8th Street in Traverse City. To move forward with the project plans, TCHC needed to work with the city and the Grand Traverse County Land Bank Authority. It's to acquire a half-acre parcel of land that the city owns near the Copy Central building. Now in state news, new this morning, a Michigan man is facing charges after authorities say he drove to Pennsylvania and set fire to another man's home. You're looking at video of the fire. A police department in Pennsylvania says the target of the alleged arson was a 21-year-old who had an online relationship with the man's ex-girlfriend. Authorities say the fire happened February 10th. 6 people were hurt and 2 dogs died. Several people had to jump from a second-story window to escape the flames. Harrison Jones of downstate Rockford has been charged with attempted murder, arson, and other related offenses. He was arrested here in Michigan and is awaiting extradition back to Pennsylvania. Today, Sheboygan's East Elementary School is closed. It's after a strange odor led to the detection of higher carbon dioxide levels inside. An HVAC team has inspected the entire building. The school was also closed yesterday. That's when students in 2 classrooms were moved due to the odor. The higher CO2 levels were only detected in one of them. This should not be confused with carbon monoxide, which is far more dangerous. Staff says this was likely caused by excessive snowpack blocking the intake and exhaust systems. The teacher who detected the odor visited the hospital with a headache, but is feeling better. The district may buy a monitoring system to track air quality. For the latest news, weather, and sports, go to the Up North Live website and mobile app. It is 5:10 on a Wednesday. Consumers Energy is working to prevent potential outages before they happen. We are sharing how they plan to do that next.
And if you are heading out the door early this morning, it's another cold start with some localized lake effect snow. mainly through the northern lower peninsula and northwesterly snow belts. We are going to see some localized lake effect snow today, mainly hugging the Lake Michigan shoreline, and it could be a bit more widespread through mid-afternoon, early evening, which means southern counties could see a light dusting of snow. It will be cold and below average again today, with some lake effect snow winding down into early Thursday. You're tracking that snow, and then a warm-up finally on the way. We'll show you that coming up next.